caffeine, energy, caffeine episode. It's a caffeine episode.
This is what happens when we record during the day.
Woo!
We're
Let's
allowed
go!
caffeine. Actually, you know what this is? This is Jamie's unabashed, unadulterated excitement for doing DC K.O.
Fucking yeah, DC K.O, baby. Let's fucking go.
This is definitely not a desperate, thinly veiled attempt to get back some of the SEO that we missed in spooky season.
So Superman, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the algorithm, please hear all of these words.
I also have to type them in the thing, which I'll do exactly that. Like what you've just said, I'll put in the episode description.
Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman.
Wow, these guys know their SEO. Anyway, welcome back. It's a Comic Literate podcast, if you couldn't tell by now. And we are manipulating the algorithm as best we can by doing the most talked about comic thing that's happening right now, which is the DC K.O. event. It's a cross-universe event.
Yes.
They only happen like 3-4 times a year. So
I know. It's exciting,
crazy.
isn't it?
We've got on the back of one as it's happening.
It's amazing that one has happened in the 3 years that we've been making this podcast, Ryan, because they only happen 3 or 4 times a year.
Only 3 or 4 times a year. They're a big event. All comics they're releasing at the time, they need to tie in, regardless of whether they're doing a story that was actually really good and it was going along and doing all the stuff it needed to do. Nope. Tie-in event, you need to stop your story and you need to join in. I'm still upset about Daredevil and this symbiote one that happened years ago. So we're jumping on board this time. But look, I'm going to be real honest with you, right? The story is not what we're going to be talking about for the most part. Although we will touch on it for, we're
going to have to, because that's kind of what we do.
The appeal and the reason I think I could get Jamie on board at all for this as a story is because what we've got at the end of it, if you haven't seen, is a big tournament-style bracket thing of heroes that are going to be fighting other heroes.
Yes.
And there's a term for it, I can't remember. I know it's a thing they do in America, March Madness, which is like a college basketball thing, I think. We're doing that. We're predicting who's going to be
Is it college basketball or college football?
Both, probably, if anything.
Like people, you pay to be in it, don't you? And then you put your predictions in for who's going to win. And if you get it right, you get money out of a pool, I think.
Yeah, and presumably there's like higher betting where you can like pick each stage winner and accumulator. That's a thing.
And an ACCA.
Yeah, so we're doing that, but there's no money in it for us. Not just from betting, but from the podcast.
So really what we're going to talk about is we're going to do the matchups for the different superheroes.
Yes, exactly. But first, what is DC K.O, you ask me, Jamie?
Well, I mean, I have a pretty good idea.
So, again, it's a big tie-in event, a big comic tie-in event.
So is this just Superman's issue then?
This is DC. So this is the tie-in comic. There will be Superman and Batman and
this one is pretty Superman-centric.
Yeah, but he's the main character of DC when you think about it. Like
either him or Batman.
Yeah, exactly. And
depending on who you ask, really, isn't it?
And this is definitely more Superman focused for reasons we will see as we get into the story. But yeah, it's a big time event to be. It's basically a gimmick. Is what I saw as soon as it was released. It was like, and that's what they are nowadays. But the advantage of this gimmick is that it's actually worked. It's got people in, and people
are people excited by this.
People are excited for it. Excited is a strong word, I say.
But then
people are interested.
But then again, to quote Peep Show, people like Coldplay and voted for the Nazis. You can't trust them.
But comparatively, the big tie-in event going on at Marvel for the past few months is the One World Under Doom one, which I, as a Marvel fanboy, saw that and went, you did that in Secret Wars 2017.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, I mean, the thing is, Marvel made something great. And then they were like, "Oh, so we've done the Ultimate Universe. This is really, really great. We're going to finish that now, very early, and then crack on with whatever the fuck else we've got going on at the moment." And it's like, but Marvel, this is where all the good stuff is. This is all the good bits.
And whereas DC Absolute Universe,
it's shocking,
which is going to get mentioned here later.
No,
is doing much better in sales and being talked about and everything, and it's just going to keep going on. Apparently,
it's so weird, isn't it? Because you'd think that. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I value my own opinion when it comes to what's good in comics. Right? I read at least a comic a week. I spend a couple of hours a week talking about comics. I spend a few hours a week thinking about them. And I've read, I think, a wide enough sample size now of all of the comics that have ever been written to be able to say, this is good, this is less good. And the absolute universe is less good. It's not that good. And yeah, it seems to be what consumers are just fucking honestly rubbing their faces in. I don't get it.
I mean, it's with any popular art medium, isn't it? It's the big, flashy, explosive stuff gets more attention, and then the actually more well-written stuff is...
But the Ultimate Universe is big and flashy and explosive.
But... in some parts, but they're also taking their time and they've planned out and they've given it an end date, so they're going to wrap up the stories and finish the stuff. Whereas, prime example of the week, Batman, Absolute Batman, is like, oh my god, he's 6'7" or 6'9" or whatever, and he's huge and jacked, and he's got a axe head on his chest as the bat symbol, and the Batmobile's the size of a building, and the Joker doesn't laugh, and have you seen Bane? He's huge.
No,
like,
I get it,
it's that, and that's the stuff that gets shared in single images. Whereas the stuff that's exciting about the Ultimate Universe is more like conceptual. It's like, oh my god, the way this universe is laid out and the differences, and and Doom is Reed, and like it's stuff that's good in experience. Whereas the Absolute Universe is like, Wonder Woman's from hell now, which I
literally.
And I liked Absolute Wonder Woman. I want to read more of it at some point.
Yeah, with the whole Grecian thing going on, the Greco-Roman thing, that was quite cool, wasn't it?
So, DC K.O, it has worked. It's written by a DC mainstay pretty much at this point, Scott Snyder, who is he's written loads of Batman and DC stuff, and art by Javi
anything
Fernandez.
he's done yet?
I don't think you have. I had a look to be like, what has he done? What's known, kind of thing. And I admittedly have not read enough of his stuff. The main things I've read by him are Absolute Batman and this. And he wrote a series years and years ago called The Witches, which was just a little independent horror comic, which I really liked. And I didn't know that was by him. So I've got one.
Like it?
This was before the podcast.
Oh, right.
So I have one thing that I went, oh, that was him. I liked that. But short of that, no. He did also have a big influence on the Zack Snyder, unrelated.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder DC film universe. So you've got him to blame for some of that as well, if that's how you view it. Yeah,
right, okay. Because there is sort of two DC properties that I love.
Can I guess? I think two. I can get both. Supergirl, and Nightwing.
Yeah. I like Supergirl. I like Nightwing.
I think there'd be more you would like. I haven't given you as much to read.
We tend towards the Marvel, don't we?
Yeah, we're Marvel fanboys.
Yeah, we both like Marvel a lot more than DC. So I'm going to be honest here, right?
Okay.
There is a lot to dislike here.
Yeah.
But overall, I didn't hate it.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't hate it.
But then let's break it down, right?
Yeah.
Well, what have I said more recently? Judging things for what they're actually trying to be.
And I think this is one, and to kind of build upon your point earlier, the thing I didn't like about the Absolute Universe is that it felt a bit thrown together. And then the Ultimate Universe was really kind of carefully curated and really clever. This is quite interesting in concept. I like the concept. I really like the idea of a sort of bracket tournament style competition between essentially Superman and
mostly heroes, a couple of villains, basically.
Well, yeah, and there's one interesting person who's been left out of the actual brackets.
Oh yeah, and we'll get to that
because what the fuck?
Yeah, no, but then that is a bold move.
It's a bold move, but it makes no sense.
It's a bold move and it's a gimmick
because Damien made it.
there's worse ones that made it, and we will go through them. So the actual story itself, and I agree with you, it's an interesting but that is a gimmick in itself.
Yes.
A gimmick is an interesting concept. It's not necessarily the execution, but it is a contrived reason why it's all happening.
Oh,
right?
And the fucking Justice League playing a Justice League board game together.
I can't tell if you're going to go positive or negative yet.
Dumb.
Okay. Right.
Fucking dumb.
I think it was dumb that the Superman's look. The whole thing is about Superman. You can't just play fair and clean the entire time. You got to cut the corners at some points, whatever. And he looks at the box like, where's this game even from? Whatever. It's licensed by Matches Malone. It's like, oh, Bruce.
It's because all of the win cards are bat related, and he's like, why are all the good cards bat related, and then he looks at it, he's like, oh, fucking Bruce made it.
Yeah. And to be fair, there's big old debates about what Batman should be, as if any character has like a singular representation. I like a brooding dark Batman. I like he's having a bit of fun Batman. Like,
I think my favorite Batman are the ones where they've gone a little bit off the beaten track with it.
Yeah, but either way, there's so many different directions you can go with that.
Yeah.
But there's no, like, people who are like, Batman wouldn't do this. It's like,
I mean,
he's been written by different writers for almost 100 years now.
In fairness, I think the best Batman comics come out of the past 100 years is Batman v Elmer Fudd, so who the fuck am I to say anything?
And that was a really down the middle Batman.
It was a very middle of the road Batman, but that is my favourite Batman comic.
Yeah, it worked. So, the contrived reason that all this is happening. So it started back in the DC All-In event, which all you need to know about that is Darkseid kicked off. He was merged with the Spectre. That won't mean anything to you. Don't worry about it. And then they beat him, and he was like, "I'm actually gonna make a whole nother universe because I'm not dead. I'm whatever."
Yeah.
And he made the absolute universe. So the idea now is he's back. He's destroying the city. No, he's killed he's killed Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman. Psych. That was a week from now. And a bunch of really powerful time travel people. The only one I recognized was Booster Gold. There's also a Doomsday guy.
Well, there's one of the apes. The big gorillas are a thing in DC, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, that's, Christ, I don't remember his name. Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah,
he's a psychic ape.
And then I obviously recognize Booster Gold because
Yes.
he's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and now he's kind of sad and depressing this because he spent years trapped in a Darkseid universe.
Yeah, and so he's sort of a bit of a buzzkill, isn't he?
Yeah, which that's interesting in itself, I guess. That's something.
We've got blonde Aquaman, not my favorite Aquaman.
But Aquaman is almost always blonde.
Yeah, but post Momoa,
That didn't do well enough to check. That is a good sign of how underachieving, underperforming that those films were, because they didn't change the mainstay. Maybe he's too well known as well, but yeah, they didn't. Mainstay Aquaman is still like a blonde, blue eyes guy.
Oh, I assumed that post Momoa they would have made him brown.
No, and that's what I mean. It wasn't successful enough to change it.
Imagine doing a superhero film and it not being received well enough for you to change that superhero. Because post MCU Iron Man almost always looks like looks like RBJ now, right?
Yeah, but they were closer beforehand. Tony Stark always had the little tash and goatee or some variant of it.
I love that I call him RBG every time, and I'm never right. It's RDJ.
I think you're thinking of the Supreme Court Justice.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Oh, rip, man. She was great.
She stayed in the post too long and she's the reason that she's a big contributor to why Roe v. Wade got overturned, because she didn't retire when Obama was still in, so they could have replaced her with a left-leaning Supreme Court justice. It was, so I'm saying not all good. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just presenting the other side. Anyway, politics have it. Let's get back to DC.
Stale American politics.
Yeah. So what happened? Darkseid's coming back. Time travelers have rewound the calendar a week, and they're like, by the way, there's nothing we can do about it. He's become the embodiment of the Omega energies, which is something now in the DC universe. And he's done it in this other universe, and he's going to come back really powerful, and nothing we can do. And then someone's like, but are there Omega energies here in Earth or something? And they're like, yeah, but that's what he wants, and we can't do anything about it. It's like, well, what if he's done that with his Omega energies in that universe? Can we do it with whatever?
Yeah.
And they're like, but the Omega energies are a living thing, and they need someone powerful like Darkseid to take them over. It's like, well, we'll just do it then. And
it's like, no, you're too good. It won't respond to you, and it becomes a whole thing. And then they just sort of do it without really any further mention, because then we are at the point.
Well, no, then they say, well, what if we just fight for it? And they're like, well, yeah, you're soft as hell. We can't expect to do that, whatever.
Well, no, because I assumed that when they did it, it would then prompt a tournament.
If they did what?
Use their Omega energies on the thing.
No, so they've entered the
But Booster
Omega.
Gold has the Omega energy because he's been trapped in Darkseid's thing.
Yes. So they're using that to trigger the core of the thing for them to get into it.
And then the competition happens. So they've done the thing. right? They've done the thing where they've triggered the core. One of them now has to win the tournament.
Yes, exactly.
But they did that really unceremoniously. And initially they were like, oh, it'd be really hard to even trigger it. And then that just kind of happens off stage. And then we get to the point where Superman's like, fuck, I'm in the contest now.
I think it's because they were like, I think the conversation, and again, this is how contrived the story is.
Well, yeah, it just sort of rips along, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bunch of exposition crammed into these speech bubbles to be like, well, Flash should say something.
And there's a narrator and...
Yeah.
It's awful.
And this is what I mean. But yeah, they're going into the core. They need to prove that someone's the best, and then they can embody the Omega powers, and then... that maybe that can be Darkseid.
There's a contest to see who gets to be God.
Exactly, yeah.
Basically.
And he has to fight the evil god.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of ringers, because it turns out the narrator is the Omega energy, the whatever.
Yeah.
And it turns out as well that maybe there's a ringer in it, because there's a bit with all the time travelers in the corner, and turns out Booster Gold's shadow looks a little bit like Darkseid.
Yeah.
So maybe Darkseid is in Booster Gold and he's in the tournament as well, whatever. Yeah. And then you get the bit towards the end where they're all racing, so they have to get past these big monsters, and whoever gets in...
before that, there's a contrived plan to trap all of the rogues gallery.
Yes, they're like, the parents are going away, we are locking you up so you can't do anything while we're off.
And they think they've done it, and then we get to the point where they're all in the competition fighting these monsters to see who gets to enter. And who turns up but Lex Luthor and the Joker.
And a couple of others, which we'll get into.
Harley Quinn?
She's a hero now. She's on the hero side.
Because again, and this always boggles me, when they're doing these big intergalactic things and like Superman's there, Wonder Woman's there, okay, Batman's there, but he has a lot of resources and he has like a big mech suit for this.
He's got his Justice Buster suit on, yeah.
And then there's just like Harley Quinn who has mental health problems and a hammer.
Well, this is the thing. This is why it comes down to the brackets. Like, this is why we've got to work out.
Like,
give it a fair shake.
What the fuck is Harley doing there?
And to be fair, what you're saying right now is exactly what comic book nerds online have been saying for decades.
Yeah.
It's like, how could so-and-so beat so-and-so when and then other people are like, well, they're the more popular character, so that's why. It all stems...
Plot armor! Armor!
It all stems down to like, well, Batman's one of the best and he could be anyone. He's got no powers. Like, that's what's kind of ruined it.
But Batman needs prep time. That's the thing. Like, Batman could beat anyone if he had enough prep time. That's the point. That's the caveat.
And boy, is that going to be fun when we get to the comic in another episode that'll come in a couple months, when we get to the comic that spawned that entire discussion in the first place. So they all dive in. They're all nearly getting there, whatever. And then, as you say, the villains turn up. So like, turns out the biggest villains of the universe can't just be told to stay indoors.
You're not allowed. Lex Luthor.
And just as Batman in his Justice armor are about to get in there, the thing comes through his chest, an arrow, and it unfurls the boom or bang flag, and it's like, Joker's killed the Batman again. But and as we find out, Batman's not dead. He's eliminated from the tournament, and all the eliminated ones turn into statues in another place.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Batman's comic story going forward. It's like, because he breaks free of his thing, and he's like, where am I? And that's going to be his story. It's like, I didn't make it into the tournament, but I'm somewhere else, and what's going on here?
Right, okay.
Thing. But so the rest...
Well, you've just given away the big spoiler that is Batman doesn't get in.
Yeah,
so Batman's not in the brackets.
Yes, and that is his name's still in the brackets, but it's got a Joker smiley face over it. So yeah, that's... Oh, and then the other little reveal is the voice of the Omega power or whatever. It's like, and his Darkseid's 3 destroyers, and it turns out it's the Absolute Universe's Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
Yeah.
And maybe they're going to be involved somehow, but we don't know yet. Also,
well, I mean, they must be, because they've been teasing it and they're there in the comic.
And also, they're meant to be good, so I don't know why they're going to be like, oh, this evil god wants us to do something in another universe. So.
Well, this is the thing, though, isn't it? Like, are they going to be tricked or something?
Yeah, I think that was the biggest criticism I saw of that online, was just people being like, you're bringing them in too early. Like, it's been less than a year that their comics have been going on, so it feels to already be like, here's the mainline DC universe now. Like, it feels like a bit rushed.
Well, yeah, but isn't that just the Absolute Universe?
I mean, you could say Ultimate Universe has been for 2 years and now it's ending, so...
Yeah, but Absolute Universe has all felt a bit sloppy and rushed.
Well, so parts of it. I mean, again, Batman, we've had this conversation. I really like Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I liked Absolute Martian Manhunter as well. Absolute Martian Manhunter. Right. Yeah, I mean the absolute universe is about as sloppy as a blowjob in a park, though, isn't it? Like, it's just not well put together or thought out.
So some of us might not get that reference because we're not as uncouth as the.
Oh, fuck off!
So we're now at the brackets.
Brackets.
And as I said, this was going to be the main part of the episode. Feel free to play along at home if you can. Search DC K.O. tournament or brackets. It'll be one of the first images that comes up. So the one thing I'll say beforehand is I've had part of the spoil for me because DC release, like, they preview their comics before they come out, like months in advance, and one of the covers basically spoils a quarterfinal, if that makes sense.
Oh,
so I won't say that now. I'll tell you afterwards because I feel like you're going to want to know.
So quarter is the second round, isn't it, before the semis?
Yeah. So the two in the middle are finals. Outside of that, semi-finals and quarterfinals. But so I'll tell you that at the end.
Okay. So first heat, top left is Superman versus Giganta.
Yes.
Superman is obviously going to win that.
Yeah, it's not even a question. I mean, for the sake of musing on it a little bit, Giganta is a woman who turns giant. And Superman is Superman.
And Superman's Superman. So we can get away from that one. Like, that's not even...
So Superman's definitely going to win.
So should we go to the same heat on the other side, or should we go all the way down one side, all the way down the other?
We'll jump on the opposite sides. Think keep it fresh.
Wonder Woman. So I don't know who Starro is.
So Starro is, interestingly, he is he alien, a starfish. I don't know if he uses they pronouns or whatever. Starro the starfish. The intergalactic starfish. They were actually the first Justice League villain. That was the one that Justice League first came together to fight. We're
fighting an evil starfish, see?
Well, yes, back then, like the 50s.
Yeah.
Starfishes were considered exotic back then. But
have you seen Pokemon Legends ZA, right?
No, but go on.
Pokemon Legends ZA. Do you know what Mega Evolutions are?
No,
they're from Gen 6.
Wow.
So they went away from a long time. Basically, some Pokemon got temporary evolutions.
Okay.
So Charizard got one, Mewtwo got one, all the Gen 1 starters got them, and your character had like a stone that you had to collect, and you could temporarily evolve your Charizard into a Mega Charizard, and it made it more powerful. Legends ZA, the new game that just came out for the Switch and the Switch 2, is set in the big city that's kind of at the center of the map of the Gen 6 Pokemon games. So they brought Megas back and they gave us a bunch of new Megas. I would like you to Google Mega Starmie for me very quickly. Remember Starmie from Generation 1?
Vaguely.
Misty had one. It's a purple starfish with a red gem in the middle. Yeah? Do you remember Starmie?
Yeah. And now obviously,
Mega Starmie has legs.
That is pretty funny, to be fair.
That's fucking awful. It's an abomination. I know, Patrick.
As Patrick Star from SpongeBob.
But no, it's a fucking abomination, and it's terrifying. And then Starro, that's the same thing.
I mean, two starfish-based characters looking similar is not that outlandish, is it?
No, but Mega Starmie just looks like Starro.
I mean, what's even better was one time Starro was a robin.
Why was Starro Robin?
No idea. But this is the reason why Starro is powerful. They're not only a big giant starfish, but they make little starfishes that attach to people's faces and mind control them.
I mean, I've seen that concept come out in a bunch of different properties ever since.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where that idea comes from?
I mean, to say originally, it's in pop culture, sure. That's probably one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's some iterations where once you're attached by a starfish, it literally won't come off. It's just permanent. So or if you remove it, the person dies. So there's there's added things like that.
Because Rick and Morty did a whole parody of that, didn't they?
Yeah. So maybe it's, again, Star Wars from the 50s. So we don't know if there was stuff beforehand.
The 50s is quite early. The 50s is really where sci-fi started to look and feel the way that sci-fi now feels.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Wonder Woman has got Starro licked.
Yeah. And again, this is that kind of thing where this is going to apply to all things we decide. There's a very obvious winner and loser a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But we already know that there is a vibe of what if something crazy happens?
Yeah.
So in a wrestling tournament parlance, sometimes there is a big upset or a surprise, you know what I mean? A spoiler. So sometimes someone will play the spoiler for someone else.
The thing with Starro is, from what I've now learnt about him, his powers are more about like controlling large swathes of a population.
Yeah.
So I can see why he'd be a really scary villain to like be on Earth, taking over Earth and making people star people. But one-on-one with Wonder Woman, she's got him.
She's not getting starfished.
No,
in the face.
I mean, she is an agent of control.
Yes, and she's got the big lasso. She's going to take him down, probably
the
like
lasso of truth.
The lasso of truth, yes. Because when you're bound by it, you cannot tell a lie.
Mate, that is the first issue that was ever in?
Well, mate, what was the issue?
So the first time that appeared, it wasn't a lasso of truth. It was a lasso that just gave Wonder Woman ultimate control over you. It was a mind control lasso.
Very bondage-esque.
Very kinky.
Well, maybe there might be an episode.
Are we teasing the William Moulton Marston episode?
Maybe there'll be a banked episode if we need it. We'll delve into that. So yeah, we're saying Wonder Woman's going to be Starro. Yeah. So bottom left.
Or should we just go down to the next sort of, the next one down on the left? So underneath Spider Superman.
Yeah, so one either side, yeah.
So Power Girl is just an iteration of Supergirl, isn't she? She's one of the Supergirls who became Power Girl.
To put it this way, I wanna say yes, but I don't know enough about it to like say 100% if that's the case.
Power Girl is Supergirl with the boob,
with the tit window, yeah.
The tit window, yeah. And Captain Atom, is that who?
The Dr. Manhattan
is based on.
Yeah, in a sense.
So he's one of the ones that came from that other
Charlton Comics, yeah.
Yeah, he's a Charlton Comics refugee.
Nowhere near as powerful as Dr. Manhattan.
No.
But in the sense that he can cause he's got enough power that he could cause like a nuclear explosion.
Then Power Girl is Kryptonian, right?
There might be Power Girl fans listening who are kicking their phones right now because they're like, you should know more about Power Girl.
Well, I thought Power Girl was just a way for them to age up and sex up Supergirl in like the 90s.
So I know Power Girl has been used before to basically be a Supergirl from another universe coming to the main universe.
Yeah.
So I think that was like a new 52 thing.
No, you can't. So for reference, we have like whatever's on Ryan's computer up on his TV so I can also see it. And now it is just a bunch of very distracting images of Power Girl's tit window.
Tit window, yeah. Which I do not understand why they've kept it. Like, that's one of those things they're like, that's like iconic for the character. I'm like, there's a very obvious reason why she had it originally. Yeah. I don't think she needs it anymore.
No,
like,
but they still do it.
If she can't be a good character in of herself without the tit window, then she shouldn't have it. Hello? She shouldn't exist at all.
I'm sorry, madam, you appear to have tit windows.
Can you roll your tit window up, please? There's children around.
Yeah, it reeks of it.
If they're gonna have that, they should have a male superhero character that has a window on his trunks for his balls, is all I'm saying. If we're talking about equality.
In fairness, mate, if you did that for Dick Grayson, I wouldn't leave the house.
I think that'd cause like car crashes and planes to fall out of the sky.
Dick Grayson's got a dick window now.
No, that's two. No, ball window.
Do it what? We think that balls are as interesting and distracting as breasts.
Well, if we're equating one for one, like, it's pretty obvious.
I don't think it's one for one there, mate. I think boobs are elite.
Yeah,
I think all human beings, regardless of their gender or sexuality, would agree with you that boobs are great.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm saying from a biological standpoint, they are considered secondary sexual organs, right? Not primary. Yeah. We know what the primaries are. So if we're talking secondary, like for men, closest is balls, right?
I mean, I agree with your logic. I don't think I agree with the outcome, but
I'm not happy about the outcome. I'm just saying I'm following the science.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not. Do you know what? I don't think it's worth spending any more time on this podcast arguing about it.
It's going best of the year.
All windows.
Yeah. So, a cursory Google search, she is Kryptonian. So let's say. So yeah, for the sake of the tournament, let's say she's Kryptonian.
So these are two quite powerful characters. We've got an atomic guy and a Kryptonian.
So the thing with Captain Atom is the most he is known for, like what you see him most commonly used in stories for, is that he will be flying about. He's got he can fly and he's got strength and stuff. And then something will happen where he'll get a tear because he's like he's a power encased in his costume essentially. Yeah. he'll get a tear on it, and suddenly it's, oh no, I've got a tear. I might explode and destroy like several city blocks or whatever. And then
he doesn't have to worry about that here, though.
No, but what I mean is like that's all he's really. That's the most famously used for.
I'm going to push my glasses up here and have a bit of a comic book nerd
and say
moment.
it, actually.
No, there's no actually moment. I'm just having a bit of a comic book nerd moment.
Okay. On this podcast.
And I'm not that guy, usually, but I've had a thought here.
Okay.
It is stated within the text that Superman has brought knuckle dusters with red suns in them.
Yellow suns.
Red
suns would be bad for him.
Yeah, he's brought 2 knuckle dusters with yellow suns in them.
Yes.
I thought they were red suns.
No, because red suns would weaken him. Yellow suns strengthen him.
So he's brought yellow sun knuckle dusters.
Yes.
We've not seen any of the other Kryptonians do their thing yet, and we don't know if they are currently under a yellow sun.
No, I guess we would either assume that they are, or at least assume that they have arrived so quickly after having been under yellow sun that they are essentially full powered.
So are we to assume that the other Kryptonians here are still full powered, even though they haven't brought yellow suns with them?
Yeah, I think Superman is the most powered because he's brought a battery with him, but they've left home with 100% battery.
Okay, yeah. So
Superman's bought a portable charger.
Yeah. So in which case, oh man,
and
not much.
Unless we find out that this is under a red sun,
yeah,
that's like what tips it over.
So I would argue that providing there is yellow sun or yellow sun adjacent energy, or they still essentially providing that the Kryptonians are fully powered, not much in the DC universe can beat a Kryptonian.
No, exactly. And
they're pretty hardcore, man.
And again, Captain Atom, he's not known for winning, put it that way. Again, he's known for being a nuclear damsel in distress, essentially.
And he is fighting one of the most distracting Kryptonians because of the boob windows.
I was going to say, if Captain Atom is heterosexual, then yeah, he might be distracted.
He's licked, man.
I mean, again, he is like nuclear energy encased in a costume, whatever, but if there's a dick in there somewhere...
If there's a nuclear penis
that responds to boob windows, he might be distracted.
So yeah, I think Power Girl, mate.
Yeah, let's give it to Power Girl, absolutely. And it's going to make for an interesting next bracket, like when we get there.
Yeah.
So, other side, interesting one, Lobo and Plastic Man.
So Lobo is the guy that Jason Momoa is now going to play, isn't he? And he's a bad guy.
He's an anti-hero. He's an intergalactic bounty hunter, basically.
Intergalactic bounty hunter.
Sometimes he'll go after Superman, if that's the bounty's on, or he'll go after a bad guy, if that's who the bounty's on, yeah?
And then Plastic Man is stretchy, isn't he?
He is stretchy. He is... a more powerful version of Mr. Fantastic. So it's not only he can stretch, he can literally make himself into anything.
I think maybe Plastic Man here.
Maybe. I mean, the thing with Lobo is Lobo has got the regen of a Deadpool. Like, he is pretty almost impossible to kill.
Oh.
He's not exactly, like, super powerful, but he can go toe-to-toe with Superman. Superman's always going to win, but you can't kill Lobo. So it is really kind of up there. You've got two seemingly unkillable people going one-on-one.
Yeah.
But this isn't a normal killing deathmatch place, is it? This is a beat them and then they disappear and become a statue somewhere else kind of place, isn't it?
Do you have to kill them to beat them?
Well,
like,
yeah.
Is the win stay that you have put them in a position where normally they would be dead? Because if that's the case...
Well, going by, the only thing I'm going to go by here is the title of the whole thing.
Knockout.
Yeah. So if you incapacitate your opponent to the point they can't fight anymore, I'm going to assume, based on the title, that that's enough to win.
So with Lobo's powers being that he regenerates, then you've got to give it to the guy who actually has something else, which is Plastic Man.
Yeah, and again, Plastic Man, he can be beaten. Like, he's not especially powerful, but he's just unkillable in a sense. Like, he can become anything. He can stretch out, and I mean, one of his funniest moments was when he's a big in the Injustice universe when Superman becomes a dictator.
Yeah.
And there's a point where he's like trying to get into a door and he's just shoving his fingers into the lock. And they're like, you don't have a key, you can't get in there. It's like Cyborg, who's bad in this as well, is like saying over the security camera. And Plastic Man's like, well, would you look at that? And he pulls out his his middle finger that's become a key. It's like, I found the key. Like, it's like, that's a good joke.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
So yeah, this is a difficult one. This is a toss-up. Like, Lobo's got maybe his bike. He's got like a space Harley Davidson kind of thing.
Oh, well, the space Harley changes things.
Yeah. And Plastic Man can become an egg sometimes.
That's not particularly helpful, but I'm glad I know that.
I mean, an uncrackable egg.
Oh, he's an uncrackable egg. Well, that's different, right?
You can't crack a plastic egg, can you? I mean, well, maybe Lobo can. This is the problem. It's more difficult than we thought.
That one's hard.
Yeah, I think... And mate, there's a little bit of pro wrestling booking mind going on here.
Yeah.
Thinking about who they're going to face, who we think they're going to face in the next round. I think Lobo versus Wonder Woman
would be more interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a more interesting fight. So I'll give it to Lobo based on that.
I'm with you on that one. I think I'm happy to concede there.
Yeah.
Which puts us down to Guy Gardner,
the worst Green Lantern.
Firestorm. So Guy Gardner is the one that we had in the Human Target. Real douchebag.
Real arsehole, yeah. And more recently portrayed in the DC film universe now by Nathan... What's his name? Goes in Firefly.
Nathan Fillion.
Yes, Nathan Fillion.
Kind of is just a bit of a jackass.
Yeah. And have you seen him? Have you seen pictures of him?
No, I haven't.
When you see his hair.
No, they make his face real fucking weird,
not his
don't
face.
they?
Not his face.
His hair. He's got that bowl cut, hasn't he?
Yeah. Which apparently Fillion specifically requested of Gunn. He was like, I'll do it if I can have the bowl cut.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I remember looking at it. Because, so I've seen Nathan Fillion in precisely 3 things. One of them is Castle,
right?
Which my partner watched, where he's a bit of a douche nozzle.
Yeah.
Firefly, where
fantastic,
kind of the protagonist.
You know, I saw the Serenity film before Firefly, and the Serenity film works entirely as its own film.
Yeah, but
and it's really good.
But Firefly's better.
Firefly's really good, but I think Serenity because it ties it up.
Yeah, well, it kind of finishes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then the other thing I've seen him in, where he like really is a douchebag, is Captain. Oh, what's it? Dr. Horrible sing-along blog,
right? Yeah,
with MPH,
yes,
with Neil Patrick Harris, and he plays the superhero who's an arsehole. He's such a perfect casting for Guy Gardner.
Yeah, it's fantastic casting.
Great actor who's really good at playing like a good guy who's somehow unlikable.
Yeah, and my favorite Guy Gardner I think I've ever read was in the Supergirl comic from like 10-ish years ago, where she becomes a Red Lantern, and it turns out he is taken over Red Lands from what's his name? Is a really evil-looking, like overtly evil-looking alien who is rage-filled, and he's head of Red Lanterns. But Guy Gardner becomes the head of it, and then when he's instructing kind of Supergirl into becoming Red Lantern, it talks about how rage can be good sometimes, like a healthy release of anger is good and all that stuff.
And then I don't know who Firestorm is.
So Firestorm is similar-ish to Captain Atom. So Firestorm, what's interesting about them is they are normally, I don't know if this is still true or not, but famously they are 2 people, ordinary people who merge together to become Firestorm. So it's whichever the body is like younger and healthier, it's their body, but they're both minds like in it. But they are, because they're joined together, they are an active reaction, and they can make any element or substance out of it.
Oh, okay.
But they're kind of, the reason it's similar to Captain Atom, they're kind of a
similar powers.
Yes, they're kind of a nuclear reactor, but they're kind of, because they're always reacting and stuff.
But that's similar powers to Guy Gardner when you think about it, because the Green Lantern just makes stuff with their ring.
So yeah. So Guy Gardner, Lanterns they're more, they can make any physical stuff with the Green Lantern light. Firestorm is more of can make any reaction, like physics and chemistry and stuff. Like he can, I swear I've seen a thing where he can make like kryptonite. Like he can just
make it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. Guy Gardner is one of the most famous things Guy Gardner's known for is when he was on the Justice League International with Batman and somehow managed to get into an argument with Batman, got to a point where he was starting a fight with him. And Batman's like, obviously I'm not going to fight or anything because you're wearing a lantern ring, like, so I'm not going to bother. And Guy Gardner's like, oh, well, I'll take my ring off and I'll still have it. And literally the second he takes his ring off, Batman just knocks him out in one punch. And everyone's like, dude, why did you take your ring off for Batman? Like,
he's real good at this.
Yeah. That's his most famous, I think, comic moment.
I think I'm going to give it to Firestorm.
Yeah, I could see them giving it to Guy Gardner as like a haha, like,
well, because him versus Power Girl would be quite cool.
So it would be, well, it depends. So he would would face
he
Jay
would
Garrick
face
or Cheetah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think who do you want to go for?
I think Guy Gardner. Let's go Guy.
Okay, fair enough. So, opposite side of that, possibly interesting one, we have Swamp Thing and Vixen. So, Vixen is one that not a lot of people will know about. So what is interesting about this matchup is
Vixen like a blaxploitation character?
No.
Okay.
What could be one of those things where originally back in the 50s or 60s, but now not at all. So what's interesting about this is Swamp Thing is the embodiment of the green in the DC universe, which is all plant life. Vixen, her powers are something along the lines of she can embody the spirit of animals to use their abilities in a moment.
So it's flora versus fauna.
A little bit, yeah, exactly.
That's clever. Yeah. That's really clever.
And whereas Swamp Thing, I think, is more powerful, like literally like in tune with the entire world.
Yeah.
Vixen is more of a, like, she can actually like actively do stuff. Like she can get gorilla strength and be really strong, or she can like, trying to think of like a fast moving, like a horse and run really fast, or like that kind of stuff. I think she can only use one at a time. Like I might be wrong about that, so I don't think she's got them all. She has to do a kind of like power of dolphin and like and get the powers for a moment and then change to another one. Yeah. So I think it's an interesting one. Swamp Thing I think is more powerful. Vixen I think is more kind of fighting.
I want to give it to Swamp Thing just purely for the Alan Moore connection.
If they're written by Alan Moore, they win automatically.
If they've.
Well, that's going to come in later.
This is the rule. If Alan Moore has written them, they win.
Well, that might be correct for later on as well. Okay. But we'll go Swamp Thing. I don't think Vixen's a well-known enough character we have to worry about like popularity beating or anything.
Yeah.
Interestingly, Swamp Thing, he's in that opening Gambit place. He's got like a big axe or something.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't use weapons. Like,
well, maybe he does now.
Well, now it's a tournament. Oh, I'll get me axe.
I'll bring my axe.
You've never used your axe before. Like, well, I've never been in a tournament before. So it's my tournament axe.
It's my tournament axe.
Actually,
Alan Moore gave it to me. So now we've got Jay Garrick, who is the original Flash.
Yes, from the Justice Society back in like the 50s.
And Cheetah?
Cheetah is
another speedster?
No, she's a Wonder Woman. She's Wonder Woman's biggest enemy. Like,
right, okay.
But she is a cheetah woman, essentially.
Jay Garrick and Diane get on, don't they?
Well, presumably. I don't think they've had any especially famous.
Oh, no, she's quite friendly with the other one, isn't she? The
Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they are in the Justice League together, so, yeah.
But, blonde Flash, what's his name?
Barry Allen.
Barry Allen. I hate Barry Allen.
How come you forgot Barry?
Because I try not to think about Barry Allen.
Is it just because you didn't like Flashpoint?
Yeah, it's entirely because I didn't like Flashpoint.
And it is his biggest, most well-known comic. But also, he died on the, he sacrificed himself in Infinite Crisis on the treadmill, cosmic treadmill.
Fuck Barry Allen, man. Like,
he ran the cosmic treadmill so you could live.
So
it's hard to imagine a non-speedster being a speedster.
Well,
like, really.
What's Cheetah's deal?
She's a cheetah woman. Like she can fight Wonder Woman. So
she's a cheetah woman and she's not a speedster.
Yeah. She's not a cheetah like, I mean, she can probably run as fast as a cheetah.
But that's not speedster.
No.
That's quick.
Speedster is like almost speed of light.
Yeah. I mean, like a cheetah goes like 80 miles an hour or something, doesn't it? It's like quick.
Well, she could probably build up to.
Is that right?
Mate, maybe.
Let me double check.
We can't, God forbid people come away from this podcast mistakenly thinking that cheetahs could run 80 miles an hour. I saw a dog running 50 miles an hour on the YouTube the other day, so...
What, was it a Mal?
It looked kind of like that, yeah.
It's like roughly 75 to 80 miles an hour, depending on how fit the cheetah is.
Should have probably stated, it's kind of irrelevant how fast a cheetah can run, because it's not even a fraction of what a speedster can run.
Yeah, it's not as fast as Jay Garrick, is it? Yeah. Although, man, like, I find speedsters a bit boring.
Well, yeah, they're too overpowered. Like, that is really the problem, isn't it? I mean, we had the toss-up between, was it The Flash and Quicksilver on a Banked episode? Little preview for that. But I find Quicksilver just more interesting because he's only fast. So he's not as overpowered, and he can be fallible to, like, falling over or tripping over and stuff, or like going in too quickly or whatever. Whereas the Flash is like, well, the Speed Force basically makes me a god. And it's the only enemy of Flash that isn't a speedster that I think has any chance ever at all is Captain Cold. That's because he has an ice gun. Yeah. And because if he just freezes, if he thinks that the Flash is about to come at him, if he just freezes the ground around him, loss of friction.
He makes it slippy.
Whereas a cheetah woman, I don't think she has. She's probably got cat-like reflexes. Yeah. I don't think they're as powerful enough to be a speedster. Also,
love
Jay Garrick's really
Garrick's.
old.
Well, yeah, but he's not that old in this.
I think he's significantly older than Barry Allen. Like, I think that he's portrayed as like...
Yeah. I like that they still have him in his old-fashioned, old-timey tin hat uniform.
Oh, yeah, it's a classic.
I run really fast, so I've got a tin helmet, see?
Got a literal silver bowl with wings for a hat. So
I think Jay Garrick.
Yeah, I think we got to give it to Jay Garrick.
Why is he now Jay Garrick, not just The Flash?
Because The Flash is The Flash.
But he's also The Flash.
Yeah, but this is the problem we have with, like, mantles and stuff. It's like we have to constantly refer to Miles Morales as Miles Morales. We can't. He is in the universe. He's just Spider-Man. It's like, but if we say Spider-Man, we're not thinking Miles Morales. As great a character as he is, we're just not. That's just not how it works. You know?
Yeah. So we've got Cyborg v Batwoman on the other side.
Batwoman is essentially a Batwoman, no powers.
Yeah. And then Cyborg
is a computer.
Has a dead dad?
Sometimes, yeah. No, I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's famously dead. He's not like Uncle Ben. I think he's
Cyborg's no, because remember, there's that whole thing with Cyborg and his relationship with his dad.
Yeah, but that normally the dad is living for them to have this contentious relationship.
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So Cyborg is a robot with a contentious relationship with his father.
Yes.
And then Batwoman is one of the Bat family.
Essentially, yeah. She became Batman kind of independently of the family. Like, she just donned it and started being it. And then eventually Batman was like, you seem all right. You want to come around? Like,
you want to come hang out? And she's like, fuck, you're Bruce Wayne.
No, I think she is a little bit more like, yeah, I may wear the mantle, but I'm not like a fanboy or anything of you. Which I think is we're kind of conflicting. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
She's kind of like, yes, I wear the bat, but I'm my own superhero kind of thing.
Well, then get your own fucking name, you dickhead.
Although, to be fair, Barbara Gordon is Batgirl, who really should be Batwoman at this point, unless she's not aged at all. But I don't know.
Which is entirely
She's
possible.
had enough time to be paraplegic and then not paraplegic. But you think over that time...
she's not aged to adulthood.
Exactly.
Yet.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I think Cyborg's got this one licked, though.
Yeah, sure. And that'll be interesting to see Swamp Thing versus Cyborg, which we'll get to. So, other side, what are the odds matchup?
Aquaman and King Shark.
Yeah.
There can only be one fish guy.
I mean, and when you think about it, really, like King Shark, it is just a name. He's not literally king of the sharks. But if we take it as literal, which I'm going to for this argument, you're king of sharks. Aquaman is literally the king of the entire underwater, like all the sea and war and everything, right?
This is a rebellion at this point.
Yeah, and I think he's probably done stuff like that. Although King Shark, surprisingly, he's more of a land-based.
He is, isn't he? He's got legs and a mouth and everything.
Yeah, he just turns up at like bank robberies. He's like, I'm King Shark, and everyone's like, that's crazy, but. Yeah, and
he does very little aquatic stuff.
Yeah, and Aquaman is meant to also be. He's meant to be able to control all sea life, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a bar where it's like they become a certain amount of sentience where he can't just control them like normal fish. So presumably that's what's going to happen here. But it's got to be Aquaman, right?
Well, it has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah. Again, this could be one of the shocking, like, you never would have thought that King Shark would be Aquaman. But also Aquaman is kind of still a joke ever since the Justice League cartoons where people are like, he can't come out of the water. How is he helpful? He's been defeated by a plastic ringlet that holds beer cans normally. So
Batman is here, but he's got a Joker smiley over him.
Yes.
So, but why not just not have him and have the Joker who actually did get through?
I think that they released this as promotional before the issue actually came out.
Right.
So I think they released it with Batman on there. And I think people have been like, oh, so we know who's in the tournament now. Like, that's a bit of a thing. And then over the issue, like, haha, surprise. Like, it's not all what it seems.
So actually, that's the Joker and
yes,
Star Sapphire.
I would say so. Star Sapphire, as best I know, she's probably one of the characters I know the least about on this entire thing. I'm pretty sure she is just a Green Lantern enemy and can basically do similar stuff with, like, projecting shapes and what have you.
Right.
Tell you what, quick Google search, whatever the immediate thing it says about her, that's what we're going to use.
Yeah.
Right. As far as all it is giving us the name and the color of her costume. So
yeah, well,
she's a Green Lantern enemy. She's basically Green Lantern.
Let's just click on one of the links then.
So she literally wears a ring.
Yeah.
That like the Green Lanterns, and
right.
She does Green Lantern stuff. So she's basically a Green Lantern.
Cool. Right. So she does Green Lantern stuff, but she's evil.
Yeah.
So it's her versus the Joker.
This is one of the ultimate, and we're gonna have a couple more like these where it's like, obviously someone should be being the other person, but the person who should be being is a far more popular character, so they're going to get through.
Yeah,
this is one of those.
Yeah, and it like the Joker being there at all is such a huge upset that it's obviously going to be the Joker, isn't it?
And it's going to have a big influence on who they face in the next round.
Yeah.
When you see who they're up against. And I think that's going to affect that as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
So, speaking of characters that I don't know barely anything about, I don't know who Connor Hawke is.
Or Hawkman.
I know of Hawkman. Is
he the one who has Hawkeye?
No. You're thinking of Eagly. You're thinking of Peacemaker.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Peacemaker.
But Hawkman is, as far as I know, he is either a magical being or an alien being. Basically, he's a guy with hawk wings, and he carries like a big spiked mace. And that's basically him.
So let's just assume that neither of us know enough about either of these people. One of them will win.
So Connor Hawke, despite the name, because I assume
he's the second Green Arrow.
He's a Green Arrow, let's say. So he's an
name
archer,
Hawk, like Hawkeye.
Yeah, but he's got it's a bit of a rip-off of the Hawkeye name if you think about it. But he's going up against Hawkman. Surprisingly, Connor Hawke has no Hawk features, whereas Hawkman is very Hawk-based. He's very Hawk-coded.
I reckon an archer could take out a Hawk.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
I'm going to give it to the archer.
Sure. I mean, he's a young whippersnapper.
Yeah, it's his first tournament.
Maybe he's
his first game.
Well, they're all their first tournament. But maybe this is like, bloody hell, you beat Hawkman. Like, that's not really big in itself, but our expectations for you were quite low. Well done. So yeah, we'll give it Connor Hawke, sure.
So we've got Red Hood versus Damian Wayne.
Yes.
Who's Red Hood?
Red Hood is the second Robin, Jason Todd, who was beat to death with a crowbar by the Joker, thus probably facing the Joker in the next round.
Yeah.
Whereas we all know Damian Wayne, the asshole son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, raised by the League of Assassins.
Currently Robin.
Yes, I think so, yeah. Probably a better fighter than Red Hood. Like Red Hood was just trained by Batman. Damian Wayne was trained by League of Assassins, Ra's al Ghul, and Batman.
Yeah.
But Red Hood has guns. And
Red Hood had guns. So is his face like? Is he like super fucked up from having been beaten with a crowbar?
No, he was. So in the current version, he was revived by the Lazarus Pit. So just brought back to death, and he's good as new now. Like you wouldn't even know he died.
Yeah.
In the original version, and he looks the same, but originally it was like a crisis thing, I think. But what happened was Superboy Prime punched someone so hard that his punch reverberated through reality, and one of the ripples of reality was Jason Todd came back to life.
Great.
That's the original one.
I've never read any. We should have a look at some Red Hoods. Red Hood. We should have.
Well, there's one main comic, which is the Red Hood comic, where he was revealed to be the Red Hood.
Yeah, we should have a look at some, because I know nothing about. Obviously, there's one Robin I know quite well, which is Dick Grayson.
Yep.
He's Robin number 1, isn't he?
Yes.
Then Jason Todd is Robin number 2.
Yep.
And then Damian Wayne is Robin number 3.
No, the number 3 was Tim Drake.
Yeah. We should have
a Robin off.
We should Robin each other off. Yeah.
Why would you go there?
We should do an episode where we just do a little dip test and have a look at what all the different Robins are up to and what they're like.
I mean, if we're gonna have like a judgment at the end, I think we know which way it's gonna sway. Who do you think's the best Robin after we've looked at all of them?
Well, it's going to be Dick Grayson, but that's not the point, is it?
Just to look at what... Yeah,
Why isn't Dick Grayson here? Like, what the fuck?
A lot of important people aren't here. There's no Martian Manhunter.
No, this is lacking. This is lacking.
Is this
one
Dick
key
Grayson
thing.
erasure?
Yeah, this is Dick Grayson erasure. And Dick Grayson erasure is bisexual erasure, isn't it?
I don't think he's bisexual.
Is he not bisexual?
Not that I know.
This is Dick Grayson erasure.
Dick Grayson erasure.
Dick Grayson erasure.
I think there's a lot of people who aren't here that should be here. There's no Hal Jordan Green Lantern. There's no Barry Allen The Flash.
Yeah, there is
no Green Arrow.
Yeah, why is there no Barry Allen?
No Martian Manhunter. Because again, it was who could get through in that opening bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like who could make it past everyone and get past.
Yeah, but you'd think Barry Allen would make it through
you think
quicker
the Flash
than Connor
would
Hawke.
Run fast enough
you think the Flash would have made it through before Connor Hawke?
You would think so, wouldn't you? Again,
anyway,
it's not an especially well written gimmick, as we've established.
We think Jason Todd in this context is probably going to beat Damian Wayne, though.
Again, it's the obvious choice to have him and Joker face off in the next round.
Yeah,
but again, this might be the thing where they're like, haha, you thought, but it's Damian Wayne, actually.
Yeah.
And Damian Wayne and Joker have like an interesting back and forth and
he's,
stuff.
I suppose by proxy, the Joker's kind of in Damian's rogues gallery, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, by proxy, you would assume so, yeah. So, but yeah, Red Hood let's go with the obvious choice.
So we're now down to Lex Luthor
we're
and Black
almost
Lightning.
an hour already, so we'll rush through the rest of it.
We're up to Lex Luthor and Black Lightning.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lex Luthor's got to go through.
Yeah. Again, I want to mention Black Lightning just because he's a cool character. He's one of the earlier, like, black superheroes that didn't take off enough. But he was the original where there was a bunch of black superheroes after this one who all, for some reason, had electric powers.
Because that was the thing.
Well, it became a stereotype in itself, but the reason for it was the guy who, I'm recalling this from memory. I don't know if this is all correct. This is just what I think I remember, right? The guy who created Black Lightning, for some reason, he got a better deal in terms of if the character's used, he would get something for it, whether that's financial or just credit or whatever. I'm not sure of the top end, but he had something more than most other creators of superheroes had, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was someone would be creating something later, like a team thing or whatever, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'd love to use Black Lightning for this, whatever."
And DC's like, "We can't afford it."
Well, they're just like, "Oh, if we do, we have to like give this guy something." And they're like, fuck it, I'll just make a new black superhero with electric powers.
Yeah.
So then it became like, why all the black superheroes got electric powers? And that's apparently the reason why.
That's wonderfully interesting. Yeah. Unfortunately,
Lex Luthor's still going to win.
Because this is kind of heading towards... So Superman and Lex Luthor are in different halves of this one bracket, which means that can't be the final, but it's probably... I mean,
you think that's going to be the semi-final?
Yeah, my money would be this being the semi-final on that side.
Right. Oh, maybe. And again, Lex Luthor makes for an interesting one, depending on who wins the other one below that. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, Zatanna and Barda.
Big Barda.
Big Barda, yeah. Zatanna is basically a magician.
Yes,
very
I know
powerful.
Zatanna.
Yes.
We've met Zatanna in...
Birds of Prey, I think it was. Yeah. Has to say all the spells backwards, which is fun, because when you're reading the comic, you're like, what does that say? And then you read it backwards, you're like, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Of the two, I'd say Zatanna.
Yeah, because Big Barda's just big.
Well, she's powerful. Like,
she's strong.
Yeah, she's tall and just like she's warrior from the planet Apocalypse. So she's from Darkseid's planet. And that's where she met Mr. Miracle, who was the adopted son of Darkseid, who was always escaping, and that's how they got married. But yeah, I think Zatanna is the more powerful of the two, I would say.
So it goes Zatanna.
Yeah. So the Demon and Supergirl. The Demon, for all it matters, is a guy who's Jason Blood, who sometimes is cursed to sometimes become the Demon, who always speaks in rhyme, which is fun.
Awful.
But basically, he's a magic character, demonic hell powers, kind of like a supernatural version of the Hulk, but they're a bit more in tune with each other than Banner and Hulk are.
Just based on where I think this is going to go.
Yeah, Supergirl is probably going to face Lex in the next one.
Yeah, I think Supergirl's going to face Lex, because then that kind of gives Superman even more reason to be pissed off with Lex by the time they get to that semi.
That's your pro wrestling booking brain on right there.
That is.
Absolutely. That's how you book a tournament. That's how you book for the marks. So yeah.
And then we've got... we've got Harley Quinn. The fuck is she doing here?
Yeah.
And the Metamorpho?
Yes.
Is that alternate dimensions? No, that's not, is it?
So Metamorpho, the closest I think relevance you'll have is, do you remember in the Flashpoint, one of the Deus Ex character moments was that woman who was like made up of all elements?
Yeah.
She was that universe's version of this Metamorpho.
So is Metamorpho a good guy?
Yeah, he's a good guy. He can turn any part of his body into any element.
Great.
He's another one that can make kryptonite. Like, from his hand. If he knows what it is, then he can make it. He's kind of Plastic Man-esque in that, he can like reshape his body and stuff. He's very, very powerful compared to Harley Quinn. Despite that, Harley Quinn's probably going to win.
Yeah.
She's probably going to get through.
Yeah.
Because...
people like her.
Well, that, and I wouldn't be surprised, putting that booking brain on, she's probably going to face Joker in the
quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, we have to go Harley Quinn. I'm not happy about it, but that is probably how it's going to go.
So, quarterfinals.
Yes.
Our first one is Superman versus Power Girl.
Yep.
Two Kryptonians.
Yep. Interesting matchup. They're probably buddies. They probably like each other. If she is Kryptonian in this, which we're just assuming she is, Superman's yellow sun Knuckles
will also power her up.
Exactly. So he's got to shake him off for a tournament, but where can he put him? Do they have lockers? Do they have
lockers?
Do they have the swimming pool key, plastic wrist with the key in it to put lock,
That's a really funny observation.
Because if they don't, then he's just going to make him more powerful.
Yeah.
And he's going to be powerful. But yeah.
But I think thematically it makes sense that
it'd be
Superman,
shocking if Superman didn't make it to the final.
There's all the Kryptonians are powerful. Superman is the most powerful Kryptonian.
Yes,
Let's
exactly.
So going down on the next side, we've got Wonder Woman versus Lobo.
Yes, I think really fun matchup. I think Lobo is going to give Wonder Woman a lot of grief in this fight. I think Wonder Woman is going to have it.
Yeah, 100%.
Again, it'd be weird if she didn't.
I kind of know where I think this whole thing is going now. And yeah, Wonder Woman through to the semis makes a lot of sense here, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So Guy Gardner versus, we said Jay Garrick, didn't we?
Yeah.
So Lanterns are one of the few kind of characters that I think can take on a speedster.
Yeah.
Because they can make like defenses quite quickly with their mind. So if anyone's going to have a chance against a speedster, someone who can put up a barrier very quickly.
100%.
Or make a ramp and they can like go off by accident.
I think once we get into the second bracket, everyone's pretty powerful, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's how the tournament works. So I guess I'd give this to Guy Gardner for.
I think so.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Jay Garrick could surprise us, but Guy Gardner's getting through not by being Guy Gardner, but by being a Green Lantern.
Because they are powerful.
Yes, exactly.
So then we've got Swamp Thing versus Cyborg.
I think Swamp Thing should have it. Because again,
but Alan Moore.
But the Alan Moore one is a big thing to consider.
No, that only gets you through the heats. That doesn't get you through the quarters.
We don't know how much plant life there is in these wherever they are. Like, do they choose like the setting? Do they get assigned it randomly?
Yeah, because if he's in the woods, he's good. If he's in a swamp, he's great.
Even better. But if he's surprisingly, Swamp Thing does really well in a swamp. Cyborg, maybe they're in a mainframe, a data center, the AI, yeah. And Swamp Thing's like, there's not even a droplet of moisture in this place.
And Cyborg's like, yummy data, yummy.
plugs himself into a main socket. He's like, I'm powerful now.
I think Cyborg's got it, unfortunately.
This is one of the interesting ones where the arena, the place where they're fighting is like has the most effect on like which way this goes.
Yeah.
So assuming it's a very neutral thing where there's like some plant life, maybe presumably, but not much, and Cyborg maybe he's got a flamethrower or something, but Swamp Thing's pretty powerful. Yeah, it could go either way. So do you want to go Cyborg?
I think Cyborg.
All right, we'll go Cyborg. So Aquaman versus Connor Hawke.
It's obviously Aquaman, isn't it?
I mean, Aquaman, he can literally survive under the deepest pressures of the ocean. Not only survive, thrive.
He loves it.
Yeah. Connor Hawke has bow and arrow.
Like, if there's any water, he's fucked, because the water's just going to slow the arrows down to the extent that they're
Aquaman
useless.
doesn't have hydrokinesis. Or maybe he does, I guess. I don't know. I don't think he does.
Hydrokinesis?
But, yeah, like controlling water.
Right,
But even if he doesn't have that, because he's half human, half Atlantean. But even if he hasn't got that, again, he is as strong as Superman. Like, he can...
Is he?
Yeah, because, again, being that deep underwater, you have to be really fucking strong to not be crushed under the weight of the pressure.
So he's big, strong, even when he's not in the water.
And Connor Hawke has arrows.
Yeah.
And even if he has like a super tipped diamond iridium arrow that can pierce the whatever, it's like Aquaman's also got a trident. But if it's a trident or if it's
is it a 4?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think most of the time it has 4 or 5.
4 times.
You brought this
4.
up. Yeah. So, but he can launch that probably pretty strongly.
Absolutely yeet it.
Yeah. Imagine Superman throwing a spear versus Green Arrow, bow and arrow.
Yeah, it's Aquaman.
Yeah.
Which takes us down to the Joker versus Jason Todd.
Yes. And again, like, this is going to be an interesting one if that's what we get.
Does the Joker have a crowbar? That's such a brutal weapon.
I reckon he does. I reckon he bought one specifically to be like, I wonder if Jason Todd's going to be...
If Jason Todd's here, mate, I'm getting it.
Exactly.
Crowbar's such a horrible weapon. That's Joker coded and so... Like, that's dark 90s DC, isn't it? At its best.
Oh, this was 80s. So this was in that dark 80s kind of period. But also, Joker normally, as things are, giant mallet like Harley Quinn, or it's gun with the flag that says bang, or it's the flower that squirts acid out.
Whereas a crowbar is fucking savage.
Yeah. Crowbar's like, how's that funny? It's like, bam, that's how. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, that's dark. So, yeah, it's especially dark compared to his normal stuff. I think in this, again... regardless of how the fight would go, theoretically, Joker's probably going to get through because Harley Quinn's on the other side. Like, that's what we anticipate this building up to.
Yeah.
And then last of the left side, we think Lex Luthor versus Supergirl. And you've summed up pretty much already. Like,
Lex Luthor's going to kill
Supergirl would beat Lex Luthor most of the time.
Yeah.
But Lex Luthor is probably going to be facing Superman. He needs the heat, as they say in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Needs that heat from beating Supergirls for Superman to be like, oh, you bastard.
Yeah.
I hate you most of the time, and now I hate you even more.
I hate you even more, yeah.
Yeah. So Lex Luthor. So now we have to remember, yes.
Semis.
Yeah. Superman versus Guy Gardner in this one.
Yeah.
Gotta be Superman again.
Yeah.
It's getting easier now. It's getting much easier and quicker now.
Superman is definitely going through to the final, I think.
It'd be shocking if he didn't.
Well, no. Superman is definitely getting to the semi, because the semi is him and Lex.
Yes.
That's the thing, isn't it?
So we'll decide once we get there, like, who's going to get the other side. But yeah, Superman, I know for a fact he can punch through Green Lantern's things.
Yeah.
Not immediately. Like, if he puts one up, it can keep Superman at bay for, like, a little bit, but Superman's getting through eventually. Yeah. So, yeah, Superman definitely being Guy Gardner. What is it now?
Wonder Woman
versus
and
Cyborg?
Wonder Woman Cyborg.
Yeah.
So I kind of think I know how this is going. I mean, there's nobody down that right side who can stand up to one.
No, she's the Trinity. She's part of the Trinity. Superman, Batman. Like, if we talk about not just being the most powerful, but the most popular, like, Wonder Woman of that quarter of the tournament is getting through.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to see two people out of these two brackets, the left and right bracket in a final, and you wanted to sell comics, you know who it is.
Exactly, yeah. So Wonder Woman almost certainly being Cyborg.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom left, we've got to Aquaman versus Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor's probably going to release some kind of like dehydrating gas from his suit because he's got his power armor.
Aquaman has one thing. Lex Luthor's in this power armor and he's really very intelligent.
Yes, far more intelligent than Aquaman, absolutely.
And so, yeah, I think it's Lex, isn't it? That's the thing. I think Lex has got that kind of licked.
Lex is going to shoot out one of those plastic ring things.
The things, they don't use them anymore for beer cans, do they?
Do they? Oh, yeah, I guess
they come in like cardboard casing now. It's awful. And they fall out so fucking easy.
But better than Aquaman getting suffocated by one.
Oh, fuck Aquaman.
Think of the Aquaman.
Think of the Aquaman. Think of the fish guys from Invincible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if not for Aquaman, at least for him.
Finally, something to do.
Yes. And then he got murdered immediately. So, yeah, it's definitely Lex Luthor in that one. So, semifinals. Superman versus Lex Luthor. This is where it gets interesting.
Well, we need that last quarter.
Oh, what? Lex Luthor versus Aquaman?
Bottom right.
Oh, cool. Yeah, sorry.
So the Joker and
Harley
Quinn.
Yeah. So this is where we have to consider the whole thing, right? So if we're talking about all sides, Wonder Woman's coming from the other side.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman versus Harley Quinn. Here's the thing. We've got Wonder Woman on the other side, right? It makes more sense for Wonder Woman versus Joker.
Yeah.
Joker's surely got zero fucking chance. Like, he's got all the guns and bombs or whatever. It's bloody Wonder Woman, right? But that would mean Joker beating Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, DC have made an allegory of the Harley Quinn-Joker relationship as Harley Quinn as someone who overcame an abusive partner, right?
And so it's fucking weird if...
Yeah, to now having a tournament, it's like, well, we've got to put Joker through. So the abusive boyfriend wins. I'm not sure we can do this.
The abusive boyfriend wins, then to get absolutely stamped on by the most potent symbol of femininity in comics.
True. And then the other option is Harley Quinn beats the Joker, and then she has like a good old, again, she gets absolutely trounced by Wonder Woman as well.
But her and Wonder Woman is like a friendly, like, you're in the Birds of Prey, I kind of know you, we're colleagues.
Yeah, you used to be bad, but you're good now, and we know why you were bad because of that arsehole. Like, so yeah, you're good now.
And I watched you absolutely smash him up with a hammer.
Yeah.
I want Harley Quinn to win.
They could have just an arm wrestling match. Oh, again, Wonder Woman would be that. They could have a game of like tiddlywinks or something. And they're just like, whoever loses this, they'll just bow out.
Yeah.
Like, they could have that. But the stakes are too high for that. They can't, this isn't friendly.
No, Wonder Woman would be like,
she
I'm
needs
really
to
sorry.
Win. Yeah.
I'm going to lasso you and then throw you into a volcano.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're not actually going to die.
Yeah, you're going to turn into we don't know what happens yet, but the readers, we know she's going to turn into a statue or something.
Yeah.
So it almost kind of doesn't matter who goes through, Joker or Harley Quinn. So let's say Harley Quinn, just for the sake of, like, who cares? Because she's going to face Wonder Woman anyway. So then semi-finals, Superman, Lex Luthor. And again, this gets interesting. So we've got on the left-hand side, Superman versus Lex Luthor. And on the other side, we've got Wonder Woman versus
Harley Quinn. Somehow, how the fuck has Harley Quinn made it this far?
We actually might need to put Joker through. But then okay. So regardless of who wins there, I think we know what the final is.
Yeah.
The final is almost certainly going to be Superman versus Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if you were putting together a final, isn't it way more interesting that all the bad people got weeded out and it is a contest between Superman and Wonder Woman to see who gets to represent?
Yeah, and they know the stakes are high. They know they both need to give it their all to be worthy of this, inheriting this power or whatever. They can't flub it, or they can't just give up for the other or whatever.
That's the thing.
Yeah, and that makes for the most interesting final.
Yeah.
And the bad guys, they've been dealt with along the way. Like, we know everyone's lost except for these two by the end.
Yeah, there's very little jeopardy in it, but it makes for an interesting final, because when do you get to see Superman and Wonder Woman fight?
I think, again, I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, Scott Snyder and what he's good at. I think he will at least be able to twist the story in some way where there's a lot more jeopardy or stakes somehow. And I think if we're calling a winner at the end of it all, I think the most interesting thing would be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I agree.
I
fully agree.
And Superman would be the first one to be like, congratulations.
Yeah, totally.
You've done it.
Also, thank fuck. Thank fuck it was you that beat me, not one of these nut jobs. Like, imagine if Superman got to the end and he was like, fucking Connor Hawke beat me.
And now we've got to remember everything we've said in this episode. And then once this series is done and dusted, I'll go back and be like, how much of accuracy prediction, the percentage of how many we predicted.
Yeah.
So I'll have to write this down at some point. But yeah, that was DC K.O. We've gone long because we had to...
Because it was fun.
We had to give it a real journalistic... give it a weight as reviewers or commentators or whatever the fuck we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've done it now. And doing the most popular DC comic around right now wasn't as painful for you as you thought it would be.
It's a great time.
Exactly.
It was a great time. So I actually don't hate it.
Yeah. Now I find a worse one to do next week. I thought this was going to be vegetables. Next week will be actual vegetables.
Yeah. But we're going to have some lunch. We're going to crack on. We're not batch recording episodes for my paternity leave or anything.
Absolutely not. And if you suspect we are, try and guess which ones are being recorded in the same day.
So thank you for listening. Have a wonderful time. And cheers. Bye.
DC K.O.
Nice.
And thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe to get notified of our future episodes as well. And if you're feeling particularly generous, then please leave a 5-star review on whatever podcast app you're using. If you'd like to get in contact with us, then send an email to comicglitter@gmail.com. You can also watch videos by me on the Comic Stand YouTube page, which is linked in the description. Thank you, goodbye.